each event as we get underway for day 4, which begins with a handgun element inside this box. Solitary targets for each of the members. And one man left behind. So 3 assault members go up and over that truck and into the tower. It's a sprint up the stairs and then it's a rappel down the side of that tower before they then sprint on to the pistol pen. Now, whilst they're doing that, the snipers, as you can see, have split off. They have 2 challenges today. The first is a short-range set of targets. Then they too must go up the tower and hit a set of targets that are at a much further distance. The assaulters are off and down. Remember, there is a second window there, more of that in just a second, but there is a bell inside that second window. They must enter it, ring the bell, and then continue their descent to the ground before that sprint towards the pistol pen, which you can see the first 2 assaulters already entering into now. A multitude of targets, beginning with a Texas wheel, Texas star. And you can see on the right-hand side of your screen that the snipers are now in position. So in total, each sniper has 5 targets. 3 on the short range, 2 on the long range, and they have each 7 rounds of ammunition, so they can only afford 2 mistakes on today's challenge, these snipers. One is already done, as the assaulters are back across the finish line. Remember, the clock does not stop until the snipers are finished. Speaking to a number of the top teams this morning, they said if they see any snipers coming in ahead of the assaulters, you know it is a very quick time indeed. But at the moment, we've just crossed the 3-minute mark as the snipers then have to rappel down the side of the tower. They, in comparison to the assaulters, they're not required to ring that bell. And a sprint for the finish line in 3 minutes 29.7 for SSN of Kazakhstan. Three minutes and 29 is the benchmark that's been set today, and that's by the colleagues of Sunkar. SSN-A. Oh, this is quick. In and out of that handgun box as the snipers split off and the assaulters make their way up the back of that truck and then up the ramp through the window. This window, not as big as you think it is, and certainly not as big as it looks on camera. Enough to bounce your bonce off it as you come through. 3 targets each. And they're dispatching them with ease. That's the short-range sniper element of 2 responsibilities that the snipers have today. Ding-a-ling. Ooh, he fell at the bottom of that tower. Oh, no, no, no. And he's limping all the way. He has to keep going. One thing that this tournament represents is determination. He'll hop all the way to the pistol pen. One of the assaulters of Sunkar. And I imagine that he will hope that his colleagues can dispatch those, I think it's 32, white targets as quickly as possible so that he doesn't have to do much, but he still has to go into that pistol pen. As per the rules, he can't just wait at the finish line. The snipers are done. How is he going to... Oh, the devastation, the disappointment. He's clearly twisted an ankle. We saw it last year, we saw it this year. And being cheered on by those on that far side, and his colleagues helping him out, getting under that ping pong table. It's the small things. They've already dispatched those targets. The remaining assaulters of Sunkar. His colleagues will help him up and over the wooden wall. Trust me, these guys are as hard as nails. They're not like Premier League footballers who go down when they're hit by a feather. And these guys are injured, they really are injured. It's not only the physical suffering. There you go. He is now officially classed as being into the handgun pen, which means he can now exit. And then it's under the ping pong table and to the finish. Heartbreak, heartbreak for Sunkar of Kazakhstan. The elation of winning yesterday's event and then an injury today has just blown apart their challenge, and not only their challenge for the day, you'd probably have to say by the time they come in, their challenge for the week. Well, cheered and carried all the way to the finish by his colleague Sunkar. A round of applause from those lining the route. Huge support, and across the finish line. They will still pick up points. Let's have another look at it. He managed the bell okay, but just on landing, oh, a twist of the ankle, coming down and just a little bit too heavy. And he knew straight away that the damage had been done. Does that add pressure to Sardar of Kazakhstan? Remember, SSNA, another of the Kazakhstani sides, went out in 329.7 first off this morning. So it's going to be on Sardar of Kazakhstan to keep the flag flying. All the Kazakhstani teams strong this year. no problems for the snipers in the short-range effort. But that hasn't really been the cause of the problem so far today. The assaulters are down and off and running. Just keep an eye on that clock in the bottom right corner of your screen. They've crossed the 1 minute mark. 2:58 is the time to beat for Sardar. That was set by Almaz of Belarus a short while ago. The last of the assaulters sprinting towards the pistol pen. Under the ping pong table, up and over the wooden wall. Remember, the Texas Star is the first target they have to take on. Oh, easy, easy. The snipers are now top of the tower. That's 1 down, 2, 3. This is going to be good. This is going to be very good. They're done in the pistol pen, so they can make their way for home. Remember, 2:58. Here's the time as the snipers come down the tower. And they can now sprint for home. Sardar of Kazakhstan. They're being cheered on towards that finish line. The snipers are across first. The assaulters come over second in a time of 2:47.1 for Sardar of Kazakhstan. Time around this course today, so let's see what Burkut do. Sunkar, well, they would have had a quick time, but those of you who were watching this morning, as one of their assault members fell off the tower and twisted his ankle. It stalled their round, unfortunately for them. Bad luck. So Sunkar, who, remember, took first prize yesterday on day 3 for the police officer rescue. It's probably, you have to say, ended their challenge for the title this week. What can their fellow countryman, Burkut of Kazakhstan, do? All good so far. Oh, he just got snagged in that rope a little bit as he was leaving the base of the tower. The first of the Burkut assaulters. He set off running, but I don't think the rope had unwrapped itself from that hook. Anyway. Didn't hurt too much in terms of time. It's a miss in there. And finally they finish it off. And only now are Burkut, the assault team anyway of Burkut, dropping those targets inside the pistol pen. The snipers are done and racing for home. The assaulters now will head under that ping pong table And they too will race for home. In terms of the clock, they're not going to beat Sardar's time of 2:47. But if this is penalty free, it may be really competitive. Davai as they cross the finish line in 3:06.8.